A very good afternoon, dear students. I am CA Shraddha.
And I am Nisha.
We both are here to guide you on the paper 2, corporate and other laws, which is at intermediate level. You must all be aware that our exams are starting from 15th of May 2022, and the paper for and the examination for paper 2, that is corporate and other laws, will be held on 18th May. So now we are left with less than 20 days. The question is, how should we now go about it? So without wasting any further time, let's start with today's session.
Shraddha, in fact, I would like to say one thing. We are not going to teach the student how to catch the fish. In fact, we are going to make them learn how to catch the fish. In that sense, we are not going to catch for them, but they are going to learn how they can do for themselves. So this is what we are going to teach them, how they can learn the law and how can they do apply in the examination situations and in their preparations.
So we will be focusing just on the upcoming 20 days and not that how you would have prepared. We are expecting that you must have already prepared for the examinations. Now you are at the end of your preparations, wherein the basics have been already cleared by you, and we will be focusing just on how to utilize these 20 days effectively. So let's start. So, as all of us know, that we will be talking about paper 2, corporate and other laws at intermediate level. This is some of the basics, though we said that we will not be discussing the basics, but then also we being teachers and you being students, we have to tell we will be giving you just a glimpse of things that what all you must have studied by now. The study material, the various publications that are relevant for you are the study material September 2021 edition that is already hosted on the website, and the hard copies are also available. Then there is a booklet on MCQs and case scenarios. As you know, 30 marks are dedicated to case scenarios and MCQs. So a booklet on MCQs and case scenarios is there, January 2022 edition. Then the RTP for May 2022 is already released. And as you all know, the mock test papers series 1, which was held in March 2022, and series 2, which was also held in April 2022, are already available and they are posted on the website. The suggested answers of the previous question papers are already there in the website, on the website, and don't worry, we will be sharing the further details regarding these also. So while we are saying that the study material of September 2022 is applicable for you, but let's go further, that the September 2021 edition is updated for all amendments till 30th April 2021. However, for May 2022 examinations, the further amendments for the period of 1st May 2021 to 31st of October 2021 are made available to you through the RTP. So the study material along with the RTP is to be read. Then what is there in the RTP? Oh, this is the subject of law. There must be some amendments. Yes, the RTP does contain those amendments. The way I have said it, that the amendments, circulars, notifications, which are applicable at your level, will be made available to you through the RTP of May 2022. Do we have to refer all the amendments that have been made in the respective legislations? No, dear. Only the amendments that have been made applicable for you through the RTP will be made applicable. Then, what is the use of this amendments? As you know, the subject of law, there will be regular updations, and you have to know that how and what updations are available for you. What will be the use of these updations? These updations will help you to answer a particular question. Suppose, like I will be discussing this in details also, there is an amendment in section 16 of the Companies Act 2013. What is the meaning? Earlier also there was section 16, now also there is section 16, but there is certain thing in the section that has been changed. Ma'am, what should we write in the answer? The earlier section 16 or the new section 16? Dear students, you have to write the answer as per the latest legal position that has been made applicable for. Suppose an amendment has come even after the time period that we have told you, like for May 2022, amendments up till 31st of October 2021 are applicable. Suppose it's a hypothetical example. Suppose a further amendment has come into section 16. If you are well aware of those, you may write it. However, it is not expected that you answer it according to the most latest. You have to write it according to the cutoff date applicable for you. That is, for May 2022 examination, the cutoff date is 31st of October 2021. So now going further, as I have told you that the amendments are made in RTP. So these, what are these amendments? Like I was telling, you must have seen the amendments till now. Let me just show you once. Let me just show you once. This is amendments that are there. So we have an amendment in section 16, and which is the section 16 of the Companies Act 2013 is covered under chapter 2 of our study material. So what is the amendment? The amendment is that, let's see how we read these amendments. We have written in section 16 of the Companies Act 2013. Point number 1. In subsection 1 in clause B, for the words period of 6 months, the word period of 3 months shall be substituted. Ma'am, how will I learn this? Ma'am, is it difficult?
Absolutely, because the language of the legal statute is very difficult to understand. And the way they give the amendments, that is not able to be understood easily. So it's required that whatever the reference of the section number is given or the clause is given, you should go into the main section of that particular statute and refer whatever changes has been suggested over there. So read that the whole statute of the law with the amended part as a complete amended section.
So I will be just telling you, since you have read it, though this is not a difficult amendment, you must have seen the RTP by now, and we have the relevant amendments. So just see, I think you will be able to share my, see my screen. Do drop in the message if you are not able to see the screen or any else queries there. Like I have opened the main file wherein the way you will be seeing the amendments. So in section 16 of the Companies Act 2013, in subsection 1 in clause 1, in subsection 1 in clause B, for the words period of 6 months, the word period of 3 months shall be substituted. Let's come that we have given for the convenience of the students the place where you have to make the change. So in this we have given for point 1, that is this point. What is the old law? Old law is given on page number 2.39 of the study material, and we have given the extract of that place where the change has to be made. So let's see. For point number 1, old law is given on page number 2.39. So for your convenience, we have even opened this. And this is our study material. And what is the page number that was given? Page number 2.39 or 29? It was page number 39. So let's go on to page number 39. So there we have given, I will be just switching the screens. Page number 2.39, B point. So we can see in the B point on an application, the exact extract is there. And in this, we are saying that the period of 6 months shall be substituted with the period of 3 months. So let's see. Here it is. Within a period of 6 months. Easy. It's as easy peasy. You have to just change it. You write. You can underline this. And you can write it there because the only word that has changed is 3 months. So 3 is the change. Or you can just put a sticky note over there that this is the change. So there are various ways through which you can read it. Now, let's come on to the next amendment. In this, we have said in subsection 3 for the following section, this is substituted. Okay. We have given the extract, what is the change, and then we have given. For point number 2, old law is given on page number 2.39. Earlier, if the company was making a default, they were punishable, and these are the penalties that have been given. As you can see, I have moved my cursor that these are the penalties that are given. So where are these penalties given? We have given that this is subsection 3, and these are the penalties that are there. So just substitute this subsection 3 with the new subsection 3. You can take a printout, cut it, and just paste it there. So when at the time of examination, you will be revising it. You will not face the problem that you have to open multiple files at a time. You will be just opening your study material wherein the change is already incorporated in your own handwriting either or by your own self. So it will be much more easier for you to do it at that point of time. So these are the amendments. And then there is one more amendment in section in the rules in the chapter of declaration and payment of dividend. And there are certain clarifications that have been given by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs these are newly inserted. So you can just read them directly, and they are in the chapter of accounts of companies, that is chapter 9 of our study material module 1. So dear students, you must have noticed that though we are not discussing the this amendments in detail, but as you can see, we are teaching you how to study, and we request you sincerely, don't leave these amendments for the last day. You have the RTP well in advance with you, wherein the amendments are there. So do them right away, and we are expecting you must have already done it. We are just helping you to do them again. That's it. So this is how you should read it. I think some of you must have posted some queries, so we will be just looking at the query ones.
Students, we just want that you should be deriving maximum benefit out of this session. So we want that make this session more and more interactive. Post your queries wherever you are stucking up while reading the subject and understanding of the subject. Just raise your queries in order that you gain from these sessions. And this is the right platform actually, where you can actually get the right guidance how to go with the papers, reading and understanding, as well as how you can move on with your examination part. So these are all the important things, because amendments are very important under the law paper, because you must be seeing many times the questions in the paper are framed where they ask the questions on the basis of the amendments. So as Shraddha already told you that you should mark the amendment part in your studies, and you should read as according to the amendment law only itself, because that only the thing that you can retain it. So try to read the latest law as per the amendments, and also give your answer in line with the amended legal position in your answers in the examination. Yes, now moving to the next part, already the Shraddha has given you many ideas that how you can go with your preparation. But you should remember that ideas are useless until it are used. So it is very simple. So you need to require to apply whatever we are just throwing light on important aspect. You should try to implement and execute the same value preparation, your studies while attempting the paper and everything. So definitely they will somewhere help you in securing of good marks, and definitely it will also develop a confidence in you, which is very much required. So with this, moving to the next part, yes, as said, the relevant publication has been discussed by Shraddha in a very well manner, in a brief. She has covered every important aspect that you should know about it. Further, with the important publication, here's one more publication that we are talking about, is the booklet on MCQs and case scenarios. So you must be seeing that the latest revised edition of January 2022 is available on the website. Hard copy is also available, my dear friends. I suppose you all must be having the hard copy with you. You can see this is the hard copy of the revised case scenario booklet. So you must be seeing that this booklet is containing 40 integrated case scenarios as well as 100 MCQs, independent MCQs. So you must be saying that this ICS, since you know that your paper is divided into two parts, it is covering MCQs questions also as well as the descriptive questions. So this MCQ question is of 30 mark segment in your paper out of 100 marks. Now what the thing is that in the MCQs portion also, you must be saying that your whole types of the MCQs have been divided into two types. One is integrated case scenarios and other one is of independent MCQs. So in the integrated case scenarios, many students are facing the problem. They are actually asking how to go with the ICS, because what happened in the ICS, a scenario is given, okay, and in relation with that scenario, certain MCQs are being asked in the examination. It may be 3 to 5 MCQs, and each MCQs will be of the 2 marks. Since they are testing your application of the law, so it is of application in nature. So what you're being is required that you should know the law. And if you are conversant with the law, you know the concept, then definitely you can apply that same concept while answering the MCQs. And whatever the relevant information is given within the ICS, that needs to be read carefully and understood so that you can answer whatever the questions are being asked. And also you must see carefully the options given there are very near to each other in order to test your conceptual understanding of the legal provision. It is not like that you can pick and choose. You cannot do like that. You have to find what is the appropriate answer within the given options in order to draw the correct answer. So this only comes when you know the law in a very well mannered and you have the clarity. So you need to understand the law properly in order to solve the MCQs. And yes, MCQs are very scoring, but there is a one flaw also. If you have written the right answer, you will get the whole marks. But if it's wrong, then you will completely lose the whole marks. So it's required to read the questions carefully and understand what they are asking for. And then in the light of the given information in the case scenarios, you need to answer the questions. Okay, my dear friend.
I will just add to it. As such, there is no negative marking in the MCQ portion. However, as Nisha ma'am has said, that they are scoring, but there is the catch which she has already pointed out. So be very clear of what you are answering, because the options are too near to each other. Apart from that, there is one more flaw to it. There is no step marking. So I just wanted to add it for the benefit of the students. And if you are very well aware of the law, and you have revised your subject thoroughly, MCQs can be done very quickly because there is no time wastage in that.
Absolutely. And you can save the time, in fact. And in fact, in the examination, it is up to you whether you want to attend the MCQs first or you want to attend the descriptive questions. Because both the papers are given to you simultaneously and you need to relook. You should have a quick glance that 15 minutes time is given to you for the question paper. At that very moment, you need to read the questions properly of the both types. And then only at that moment, you have to decide what you would like to attempt first, so that no time is wasted while starting with the papers. Now, this is about the revision test paper. Again, already said that this has been published. And this is, you can see the link that we have provided here. If many of the students, those who are not aware of this RTP, then they can kindly go into the said link and they can see the soft copy available over there. And they can also ask for the hard copy and apply in the CBS.
And we will help you how to see these.
And in fact, revisionary test paper is very important. Once you are through with the thorough study of the subject, now you are required to focus on how to write the answers and what way the questions are being asked and how and what are the questions based on the attempt, these amendments, how they raise the questions on the amendments laws. So these are things can be known from the revision test paper. Generally, we try in the revision test paper that we should give new questions for your practice of the students and they can understand what sort of the questions are being done in the examinations. And since you are through with your study, you can self-analyze whether you are able to understand or not. So just by looking at the questions over there, try to attend it. And from there only you can make it out whether you require to focus on certain point more and how you can write down your answer over there. All things can be taken care by going through the revision test paper. Along with that, amendments of course are there as already been discussed by Shraddha. So you can go into the revision test paper and really they are very helpful. And since practice is the main key to success, you can after studying, what is required? Practice, polishing. So of course, this comes with all types of different sources available on the website for you students. So you can go into the revision test paper for the practice of the questions. Now moving to the next part is about the mock test papers. Okay. Now, if you talk about the mock test papers, so you can see also the mock test paper is available on the website. Also a link we will be sharing. I suppose that there's a
the technical glitch is there. So just
anyways, we are just saying about the mock test paper. So with respect to the mock test paper, I would say that you should practice the questions more and more. How you can assess while attempting the mock test paper, where is your performance? Because this is the last step that you should, after completing all your studies and every sort of the revision and everything been done, you should analyze your performance. And how it could be done? Just by undergoing the mock test paper under the examination situation. So similarly, आप उसके लिए 3 घंटा अपने लिए जैसे पेपर्स के लिए करते हैं वैसे ही करिए और sit under the examination situation. You just lock yourself in a room along with the clock marking 3 hours and just start writing the papers. And after attempting the paper, you also cross check your answers. This is very much required. क्योंकि जब आप क्रॉस चेक करेंगे अपने आंसर्स को तो यू विल फाइंड व्हाट ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स यू हैव लेफ्ट आउट. क्योंकि जब हम क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करते हैं तो हमें ये देखना होता है कि व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. हमें बहुत कुछ आता है कई बार एंड इन ऑर्डर टू राइट एवरीथिंग ना समटाइम्स वी मिस आउट द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग ऑन व्हिच आवर आंसर इज एक्चुअली बेस्ड ऑन. This happens because many times the students they say they have attempted paper very well, but they are not able to get the good marks.
We will be focusing on this part also. We will tell you how to write the answers and we will be taking some examples also that how you should write and what you should not do. But that will be coming in the upcoming slides for you. So let's move further.
Yes, so already we have hosted 2 series of the MTP, series 1 and 2. Series 1 was hosted in March and series 2 of course in April. So you already are very much well known about all these things, but if any student is missing out this important information or the sources or the facilities that are being provided by the BOS, so kindly please go through it and just go on doing whatever the efforts BOS is putting for you. We want really that you students should gain out of this.
Yes.
Now moving to the next part is the suggested answer. Yes, suggested answer is very important because you will also get, it is a kind of different sources of the questions also, because whatever has come in the earlier papers, you will be getting to know what sort of the questions has been earlier asked from that particular topics, or how you can write the answer, and of course the practice. Because जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, डेफिनेटली आपके अंदर जो फिनिशिंग टच विच इज बीइंग रिक्वायर्ड एट दिस प्रोफेशनल लेवल, एट दिस प्रोफेशनल कोर्स, दैट विल बी पॉलिश डे बाय डे विद द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस मोर एंड मोर. और साथ ही साथ आपका जो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल बूस्ट होगा, उस हर बार जब आप अटेम्प्ट करेंगे पेपर को, एवरी टाइम you will revise the concept one more time and every time, and that will make you up to this, from this level to this level, and that will definitely raise your confidence.
Yes. So ma'am, these are just links. The student must be thinking, ma'am, you are posting the links, how will we copy them? We have a solution for that also. What are the resources of BUS? All that we have been discussing, ma'am. Just
yes, absolutely. Now let's go have the walkthrough of this our ICAI.org. This is our official website. So in this official website, I suppose that you must be able to see our screen. You will be seeing this is the homepage of our ICAI.org. This is the institute website, and here you have to go into the student section first. And after clicking the student section, you will be finding the different types of the. You can see the tabs are there, sections are there. So whatever you need, you can go into that. So suppose if you want to go into the important announcement related to your academics or related to subject, or some side of updations which have been made and which are relevant for you in the coming attempt or for future also, you can simply go into the announcement part. Now you can see on clicking on the announcement, you find the different types of the categories of the announcements also. If you want to go in the subject announcement, that is different one. And all these announcements are given over here. These are all the important announcements. So similarly, you can see there are mock test paper series, counseling session schedule is given. Then along with that, a live webinar recently has been taken by our respected chairman, sir, and vice chairman, along with the director of BOS, regarding how you can face CA exam, plan, prepare, and perform. These are all the important things that has been facilitated for the students by the BOS.
जब तक आप इन फैसिलिटीज का कोई यूज नहीं करेंगे, आज भी कितने बच्चे सेशंस, काउंसलिंग सेशंस हो रहे हैं आप लोगों के लिए, साथ साथ मॉक टेस्ट पेपर्स भी हैं, बट स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट अवेयर. सो मेक यूज ऑफ दीज रिसोर्सेज.
बिल्कुल. और ये छोटी छोटी चीजें जरूर आपको लग रही है, बट इट मेक्स अ बिग चेंजेस. और याद रखिए, चेंजेस तभी हो सकते हैं लाइफ में जब आप अलाउ करेंगे उसे. हमेशा अपने जीवन को एक बहते पानी की तरह, यू शुड मेक इट लाइक अ फ्लोइंग वाटर. जब पानी बहता है तो उसके बीच में बहुत सारे पत्थर, मिट्टी, कंकड़, हजार आप कह सकते हैं बीच में उनके अटकाव आते हैं, लेकिन पानी फिर भी अपना रास्ता बनाता है और बहता रहता है. इसी तरह से आपको भी जो ये फैसिलिटीज दी जा रही है, आप इसको पढ़िए और आगे मूव ऑन, लेदर देन स्टकिंग अप एट वन प्लेस कि नहीं बस इतना पढ़ लूं हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. यू शुड कीप ऑन मूविंग, बिकॉज अभी आप जिस स्टेज पे है, यू आर इन द लर्निंग स्टेज, और अभी आप जितना लर्न करेंगे आप उतना ही आगे उसको ड्राइव करेंगे अपनी लाइफ में. So this is the thing. And further, if you see the next, you can see BS knowledge portal. This is very important, my dear friends. Please आप इसे देखिएगा. यहाँ पे different sorts of चीजें बता रहे कि different categories defined है. If you want to go in any specific subject, suppose if you are intermediate course students, so you can simply log in on that app, and you can see there are different facilities related to that subject, that group. Different papers of this CA inter course is there. Here you can see the study material, relevant amendments. Then you can see if any announcement is made for any respect to examination, so you can go into that. Then आपकी ये जो MCQs और case notes की booklet है, उस पे आप जा सकते हैं.
Soft और hard दोनों में ही available है.
And आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे आपके लिए इतनी सारी चीजें दी गई हैं कि अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपके लिए पढ़ने के लिए बहुत कुछ है. कई बार श्रद्धा क्या होता है, many students complain that we don't have questions for practice. पर अगर आप देखेंगे,
just have a look, dear students. Whatever we are saying, this is there available. You have to make use of it. There it is, like if we are saying that there are 40 integrated case scenarios, or rather put it shortly as case studies. So there are 40 case studies. So there are 40 case studies are there for you. Then from where should we practice? RTP, not of just attempt.
Yes.
It's for earlier attempts. The thing is, while you will be referring the RTPs for earlier attempts, you can just make changes as per the latest legal position that you have to take care. Then suggested answers are there. Then mock test papers are there. And these are simple question papers. And there is...
Yes, this what I want to discuss with you students, my dear friends. Please, आप देखिए, आपके लिए इतनी सुविधाएं मतलब बीएस मुहैया करा रहा है, अगर आप नहीं देख रहे हैं, you are missing it, then I'm sorry to say, but you should see it, beta, because what the thing is that you can see this is a quick referencer over here. You will be finding in a crisp, in a chart, in a tabular form, in a, you can say in a flow chart, the various important provisions given for your easy understanding and retaining of the sections. अगर आप इस केवल क्विक रेफरेंसर को भी ध्यान से पढ़ ले, यू डज नॉट रिक्वायर टू प्रिपेयर नोट्स. आप अपना थॉरो स्टडी करिए, आपने स्टडी मटेरियल देखे, एंड आफ्टर रेफरिंग दैट स्टडी मटेरियल यू नीड टू गो विद दिस रेफरेंसर इन ट्यून विद दैट. तो इससे क्या होगा, आपको न सिर्फ प्रोविजन ही इजीली समझ में आएगा, इनफैक्ट आप उसको रिटेन भी कर सकते हैं. एंड दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ रिविजनरी नोट्स जो आप एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले भी अगर रेफर करते हैं तो यू विल गेन अ लॉट एंड लॉट. आई एम एश्योरिंग यू दैट. और साथ ही साथ इसमें आप देखिए होल कंपनी लॉ इज बीइंग कवर्ड. आप ये देखिए, आपके पास रेडीमेड मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, आप ये करिए. इसमें पेनल्टीज का ये देखिए, देयर इज अ प्रॉपर चार्ट इज देयर. देन फर्दर विद दैट द अदर लॉज में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट इज बीइंग कवर्ड. तो मुझे ये लगता है, हमें इनफैक्ट ये लगता है कि आप इसे पढ़ने के बाद, अपने स्टडी मटेरियल को पढ़ने के बाद, इसको देखने के बाद, नो वेयर यू विल फॉरगेट एनी ऑफ द प्रोविजन. इट्स जस्ट यू नीड टू एवरीडे रिवाइज. जब भी आपको टाइम मिले, आप जो भी अपना टाइम टेबल या शेड्यूल बनाते हैं उसके हिसाब से इनको रिवाइज करिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली जो आप रिवाइज करेंगे वो आपके दिमाग में एट द एंड तक रिटेन रहेगा, एंड दैट इज बीइंग नीडेड. So I request dear students, please go all through these facilities that are available on the institute website.
Just a caution in this is that since this Companies Act portion is updated till 2019, so for 2022, for the Companies Act portion, you have to read it as per the latest amendments.
Yes.
And if you want to have the latest things, you need to put some efforts on your part also. Everything if is given to you on a platter, how will you learn it? But then also in coming editions of our capsule that can be made for the Companies Act 2013 as per the latest amendments, if you want it, just let us know. And not for the May 2022, but for the upcoming examination after that, if the students are actually utilizing these things, we are more than ready to help you with these things. But just make use of it. We will definitely improvise and give you as per the latest amendments.
बिल्कुल. और सिर्फ यही नहीं कि आप कई बच्चे कहते हैं कि मैम मैं इतने साल से पढ़ रहा हूँ फिर भी अभी तक मतलब मुझे सक्सेस नहीं मिली या मेरे नंबर अच्छे नहीं आते हैं. तो बेटा it's not only important that you start the work, but it is also that much important that you finish the work. और फिनिश करने के लिए क्या होना चाहिए, आपका एक टारगेट और एम होना चाहिए लाइफ में कि मुझे यहाँ तक ये करना है या मुझे ये अचीव करना है. जब तक आपके दिमाग में ये क्लैरिटी नहीं होगी और आपका एक माइंडसेट नहीं होगा कि आपको कब तक और क्या और किस लेवल तक पढ़ना है, till that time you will not be able to reach at the end. Whatever you required, you are not clear. You'll be in a confusion state. So this is what being required, that you should have a clarity. मैं तो इनफैक्ट एक घटना को याद करती हूँ. मुझे महाभारत का एक किस्सा याद है श्रद्धा. उसमें द्रोणाचार्य जी जब अपने शिष्यों को, जिसमें कौरव पांडव थे, उनको जब धनुर्विद्या दे रहे थे, when they were giving the teachings of this how to run the archery and everything, तो at that time उन्होंने सबसे ये पूछा, बेटा तुम्हें पेड़ पे क्या नजर आ रहा है? तो what there were many students, तो कौरवास और पांडवों ने डिफरेंट अपने व्यूज दिए. किसी ने कहा मुझे पेड़ नजर आ रहा है, एंड समवन सेड कि मुझे वहां पर है ना फल नजर आ रहे हैं, फूल नजर आ रहे हैं. बट इट वाज ओनली अर्जुना, बिकॉज ही वाज हैविंग द क्लैरिटी वेयर आई हैव टू हिट. उसको बर्ड को मानना था, उसकी बर्ड को मानना था. तो ही वाज वेरी क्लियर दैट आई हैव टू हिट द बर्ड सिटिंग ऑन द ट्री, एंड दैट इज व्हाई ही वाज सक्सेसफुल. तो दिस इज हाउ ये जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं, ये भी एक तरह से हमारे लिए, आप स्टूडेंट्स के लिए इनफैक्ट एक तरह से एक फेज है लाइफ का जिसे आपको पार करके आगे जाना है. इट्स लाइक छोटा सा एक रन क्षेत्र है, नॉट दैट मच कि आप उसको बहुत डीपली ले, इट्स वन ऑफ द फेज ऑफ द लाइफ एंड यू नीड टू क्रॉस दैट। तो उसके लिए क्या करना है आपको, बस उसके लिए आपकी एम होना चाहिए, टारगेट होना चाहिए, क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए, उस हिसाब से आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन करिए, अपनी स्ट्रेटेजीज बनाइए एंड विद दैट मूव ऑन एंड डेफिनेटली सक्सेस, सफलता आपके कदम चूमेगी।
और इसी के साथ एक स्टूडेंट की क्वेरी है, अनीश विजया वर्गिया, मैम द साइट ऑन द स्क्रीन is where we get access to MCQ booklet, though we are not able to understand what you are exactly saying. I will tell you one thing about this thing also, but what I can say is ICAI.org पे आपको booklet मिल जाएगी and you can get it in hard copy also. Student, like you have seen the query, I would just like to point it out here. Can we actually understand what the child is asking us? Be very clear what she was saying, not only in your approach towards the paper or passing the examination, also towards what you are writing is, dear Anish, this is not with respect to you, dear, this is not with respect to you, we would like to clarify it, but students से हम एग्जाम में तो सब कुछ ठीक लिख के आए थे, फिर हमें नंबर नहीं मिला. This is the exact reason, because what you are trying to communicate, be clear, and that clarity should come out onto the paper also, that you are asking this thing in your language.
Absolutely. And what the Shraddha tell, let me tell in other way, in layman's language. भाई अगर आप एग्जाम में गए, आप ये समझ लिए सामने वाले को कुछ नहीं आता है and you are the expert in your own subject. आप पहले क्वेश्चंस को अच्छे से पढ़िए, उसको समझिए कि एग्जैक्टली आंसर को ऐसे करिए, तो कोई बच्चा पूछ रहा है कि ये क्या है, तो आपको बताना इतना क्लियर होना चाहिए, इतना क्रिस्प होना चाहिए एज पर द वेटेज असाइन टू द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ कोर्स, कि आपको वहां पे क्या बताना है, जिससे कि उसको जस्ट जैसे उसने वो रीड आउट किया एंड ही कैन मेक इट आउट कि यस दिस इज व्हाट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग मींस. सो आंसर शुड बी क्लियर, लेजिबल, और आपका रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से जो इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए उसके अंदर आप वो मेंशन करिए, टू द पॉइंट लिखिए, दिस इज लॉ. एंड द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग आपको बता दो, डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चंस में श्रद्धा स्पेशली स्टूडेंट गेन्स अ गुड मार्क्स बिकॉज ऑफ द ब्रेकअप ऑफ मार्क्स. दिस इज व्हाट बीइंग कम्युनिकेटेड. यस, स्टेप वाइज मार्किंग. आप ये मत सोचिए आपने अगर उसमें प्रोविजन तो सही लिखा है और उसका कंक्लूजन गलत हो गया तो यू विल नॉट गेट एनी ऑफ द मार्क्स. नो 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 नो, वहां पर आपका स्टेप वाइज मार्किंग है. आप प्रोविजन सही लिखते हैं तो यू विल गेट डेफिनेटली सम मार्क्स, और आपने अगर कंक्लूजन लिखा है साथ में विद करेक्ट आंसर्स तो डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट whatever the marks have been allocated to that particular portion, you will get that marks. So you can easily gain the good marks. So now moving to the next slide. Yes, this is again one of the most important resource of BS. My dear friends, many of your students are still not aware about the BS mobile app, and I'm very astonished कि आप students website अगर check करते तो you will find it that BS mobile app is tremendous, is a very good facility that has been provided for the benefit of the students. मतलब एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पे सारी फैसिलिटीज, आपको कहीं और जगह जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. इनफैक्ट अगर आप बीओएस मोबाइल ऐप पे जाएंगे, आप बहुत सिंपल है, आप अपने से मोबाइल पे ही आप अपने से अपलोड कर सकते हैं. जाइए प्ले स्टोर पे, जाइए गूगल प्ले स्टोर पे, वहां पे आप सीधा जाइए बीओएस मोबाइल ऐप को डाउनलोड करिए, और डाउनलोड करने के बाद वहां पे आप अपने क्रेडेंशियल्स डालिए, व्हाटएवर इज द रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर डालते ही जिस भी लेवल में आप हैं उसे क्लिक करिए, और आप वहां पे देखते ही आप हक्के बक्के हैं कि क्या नहीं है वहां पर आपके लिए. वहां पर अगर आपको मॉक टेस्ट पेपर देखना है, यू कैन गो, एंड दिस इज द फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइडेड एनी टाइम एनीवेयर, क्योंकि फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. एंड फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, नहले पे धला, न सुहागे सोने पे सुहागा, सॉरी सोने पे सुहागा, कि भाई मतलब कि फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट साथ में, और कभी भी आप देख सकते हैं, किसी टाइम भी देख सकते हैं. उसमें मॉक टेस्ट पेपर है, आरटीपी है, सजेस्टेड आंसर्स है, इवन देयर इज वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि क्वेरीज वाला सेक्शन है. आप स्टूडेंट से, आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, काइंडली पोस्ट योर क्वेरीज ऑन द मोबाइल ऐप एंड यू विल बी रिवर्टेड बैक द क्वेरीज विद इन 3 days टाइम. और साथ ही साथ आपको मैं ये भी बता दूं, उसके अंदर लाइव कोचिंग क्लासेस है, विच इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर ऑफ द बीओएस माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. लाइव कोचिंग क्लास जिसमें जितनी भी अच्छी प्रैक्टिकली एक्सपोज, जितने भी हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स हैं सब्जेक्ट्स के, all over India से वो उसमें lectures लेते हैं, and not only they teach you from this academic point of view, but from the practical aspect also. They share with you the practical experiences and the examples in order to make you understand the legal provision in a clear and nice manner, so that you can never forget that provisions. और आप उस provisions को अच्छे से apply भी कर सकते हैं in exams में, और साथ ही साथ lot of examples apart from whatever is given the study material or whatever on the different sources. So again, a question bank is there. वहाँ पे आप देखेंगे तो आपके assessment के लिए questions है. Even you can check your assessment after going through each and every session. आप उस particular topic के assessment में जाइए, आप उसके questions attempt कर लिए, and then you will come to know कि आपको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है. If you are not getting or able to understand, you can raise your query during the session also, and afterward also you can post your queries. और आप during the session queries पूछ सकते हैं. Shraddha, this is the important thing, because जो queries होती है sometimes it comes at the very moment when the session is running. और आप अगर उस समय queries को पूछते हैं, at the very moment the queries is taken up during the sessions. और साथ ही साथ आप ये देखेंगे इसमें यही नहीं, live coaching classes ही नहीं है, बल्कि उसमें recorded sessions भी हैं. If someone has missed their live classes, then they can go to the recorded sessions also. So ये है कि आप कभी भी देख सकते हैं. Once you are through with your thorough study from the study matter, then this part helps you in the revision of the subject, and that too बिल्कुल same like a detailed class होती है ना, जैसे आपकी एक, आप उस तरह से वहाँ पे क्लासेस को पा सकते हैं, और उस तरह से वहाँ पे आप सीख सकते हैं, पढ़ सकते हैं, और अपने सब्जेक्ट को और अच्छे से रिवाइज कर सकते हैं. So these are all the facilities available, my dear students. Please go and grab the wonderful opportunities given by the US.
And there is one more thing with respect to the live virtual classes. जैसा मैम ने कहा, सोने पे सुहागा, these are also free for the students, and anytime, every time they are available for you, free of cost. Expert of the subjects are there, and the thing is, these sessions, they are live, they are recorded for you. For November 2022 examinations, they will be starting for this paper, but if any student want to still see them, they can go to the ICAI YouTube or this our POS mobile app and make a login ID of yourself and go about it. Apart from that, reels देखने की बजाय, for the upcoming 20 days, keep on revising from there, because these Instagram reels and Facebook, though they are important, but right now you can just concentrate on the subject instead of watching a reel for, like, you start with just one reel, but then you keep on seeing it for 1 hour, half hour or something like that. So you can just see the lectures and you know, if you see at night, वो lecture आपके अंदर अपने आप चलता चला जाएगा, it will get into your mind. And apart from that, once you have thoroughly read the subject, which we are expecting that you have already gone through the study material twice or thrice, you have made your notes or you are referring some notes, and now you are at the revising stage. If you have still not made the notes, go to batch 4 of the LBC classes. The recorded lectures are there. Apart from that, the assignments are there, and they have their notes also there. So, and some people would say, ma'am, मेरे को वो notes नहीं पसंद आ रहे. Okay, just make some amendments. Look, I'm a legal person, so amendments will definitely come into my vocabulary. So make some changes to those notes, and there you are good to go.
बिल्कुल. और आप प्रोफेशनल स्टूडेंट्स हैं, यू आर एस्पायरिंग सीएस, तो क्या एक ट्रू प्रोफेशनल कौन है? वो जो अपने आप को अपडेट रखता है, ऑल दैट टाइम ही कीप हिमसेल्फ अपडेटेड. That is called as a true professional. And since you all are the aspiring professionals, so what is being needed? Keep yourself updated, because it's a law subject, and of course this is based on the amendments, and on the basis of the amendments that are coming on day-to-day basis, you need to require to be updated. So inculcate this habit. Go to the important websites. My dear students, go to the NCA websites, which completely covers over there your related acts like Companies Act 2013. All the relevant notifications, clarifications, amendments in the sections or the acts are being shown, being given by the NCA. So you can go on these websites and check there from the amendment parts, and just inculcate this habit of looking these websites on the regular basis.
These are not just for these examinations, because for the upcoming examinations, the amendments, relevant amendments are already hosted for you. This is a life skill that we are telling you. So moving further, so the session is a counseling. So हमने बातें बहुत कर ली कि हम आपको अच्छे से बताएंगे, हमें जो जो रिसोर्सेज थे हमने आपको ICAI.org का भी वॉक थ्रू करा दिया, बट एग्जाम तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा, वी हैव टू राइट दैट।
बिल्कुल, और ये आप मान लीजिए कि आपको अपने ऊपर विश्वास रखना है, क्योंकि हमें दूसरों के साथ तो नहीं चलना है कि वो हमारे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं क्या करते हैं, लेकिन हमें खुद पे विश्वास करके आगे मूव ऑन करना है। इवन याद है श्रद्धा, जब जो थॉमस एडिसन है, जो बहुत फेमस साइंटिस्ट थे, जब वो पढ़ने जाया करते थे लोग कहते थे व्हाट अ स्टूपिड पर्सन ही इज एंड ही इज परस्यूइंग दिस साइंटिफिक एजुकेशन, बट सी वो इतने रिनाउंड साइंटिस्ट थे। तो डोंट कंसिडर योरसेल्फ कि भाई मैं तो कर ही नहीं सकता, इट्स वेरी टफ, आई कैन नॉट डू दिस कोर्स, और ये ऐसा है, या different kinds of the negative things that are going around you. प्लीज उन चीजों से बाहर निकलिए, अपने पर विश्वास रखिए, और प्लीज मूव ऑन एंड नेवर गिव अप। किसी को हो सकता है कि सक्सेस एक बार में ना मिले, मे बी देयर में बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ, यू कैन से, कोई कमी रह जाती है हमारे पार्ट पे या कुछ रह गया है तो ठीक है, बट यू शुड नेवर गिव अप। इनफैक्ट यू नो, वो पंजाबी में क्या कहते हैं, कड्डे हार मत मानना या कड्डे ना थकना, एंड इन हिंदी they will say कि
कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती।
यस, और अगर मैं तमिल में जाऊं तो क्या कहेंगे, ओरुपुट्टम विट्टू विट्राइकल।
We might be
somewhere our pronouncement may be not that
pronunciations might be not be that strong. We are just trying to say never give up.
So this is the thing, please go with the positive attitude and definitely you will get a success. और अगर आपको मिस्टेक कर भी देते हैं तो accept it gracefully, क्योंकि अगर आपने कभी देखा हो श्रद्धा, जो टॉप लेवल के सीईओज होते हैं किसी कंपनी के या चेयरमैन होते हैं, उनके भी पेंसिल के ऊपर इरेजर होता है।
yes.
तो मतलब क्या है कि मिस्टेक कैन बी कमिटेड बाय एनीवन, इट इज ओनली द थिंग दैट अगर कोई मिस्टेक कमिट हो जाती है तो आप उसको अपनी लाइफ से खत्म करने की कोशिश कीजिए, उसे इरेज करिए एंड
Welcome back, dear students. So, we were in the flow that of understanding how things work. So suddenly, this internet was playing glitches with us. The internet connectivity of the institute also went off. So it is a very important lesson that we can learn from this also. Whenever you're trying to do something good, bad things or disruptions will definitely come to you. They will try to जब एक घोड़ा बहुत तेज दौड़ रहा होता है या बहुत तेजी से भाग रहे होते हो ना, तो कोई ना कोई रुकावट आपको आगे बढ़ने से रोकती है. We were not expecting this, but let's continue further with our studies. And once again, we were like discussing, sorry, dear students, we have to again go to the slides. Okay, so we have already discussed the amendments and everything, and we were discussing about examinations.
I think about examination, as Shraddha was telling, everybody has that fear from the name of the examination. So let's see what the thing she was telling you, and please believe on us, whatever we are just telling you will definitely somewhere benefit you and make you stress-free related to the examination aspects. Yes, Shraddha.
Let's change the word of examination, at least for our students. एग्जाम में हम जैसे एग्जामिनेशंस बोलेंगे, लेकिन मन में आज से जब भी एग्जामिनेशन वर्ड आएगा, वी आर यूजिंग अ काइंड ऑफ स्विच वर्ड, दैट स्टेपिंग स्टोन फॉर सक्सेस. आज से हम एग्जामिनेशन को हिंड्रेंस नहीं लेके चलेंगे. ये स्टोन मेरी नदी के बहाव में एज अ हिंड्रेंस नहीं होगा, रादर ये मेरे लिए सक्सेस का और आगे जाने का एक मार्ग.
इनफैक्ट अपना रास्ता खुद, अगर कोई बीच में अड़चन आती भी है तो भी रास्ता आपको खुद बनाना है, rather than considering as an 100 or you're confronted with whatever comes in the way of that flowing of the river, then you need to change your path in order to keep on moving and to achieving your.
और अगर पाथ नहीं चेंज करना, हम बहुत डिटरमाइंड है, हम उसको ओवरकम करके निकल जाएंगे.
Definitely.
So since we have lost some minutes here, instead of going through the slides, I think let's jump to directly कि हमें questions कैसे attempt करने हैं, theoretical की बजाय let's go practical.
Yes. So the students, we will be just taking up the MTP. In MTP, we shall be solving not every question, but some of the different sorts of the questions, so that you can have an idea that how you can attempt the questions and what are the things that you need to take care while attempting of the paper. So definitely this will somewhere help you कि आप जब exam में जाए, so you can keep that small points in your mind and go with the solving of the paper. कहते हैं कि बहुत सारी चीजें करने से अच्छा है कि चीजों को ही दूसरी तरह से करो. इसको भी हम सक्सेस का मंत्र कहते हैं. Rather than doing too many things, we should do it differently.
Winners like you don't do different things. They do things differently.
Absolutely. Now let's,
students, just one thing. If you're able to hear us clearly, please, if there is still any glitches at your end, or if you're facing any issues, please let us know through the queries app. Thank you.
Shraddha, let's see the queries, if we have received any queries so far. And dear students, again I'm requesting, please send your queries in order to make it more and more benefit for you, so that you students can gain out of the session. Again, I'm insisting on the same thing, but yes, you should drop the queries in order to understand and have your doubt clear.
As such, we have not received any query till now.
So let's start with the MTP.
MTP.
Yes. So let's take up the first case scenario. As I already said that the MCQ portion covers of case scenarios as well as independent MCQs. So I'm here discussing the first ICS. In this ICS, you have to first read the facts properly. you can see what the fact says. I'm reading fastly the facts. Madhu Oils and Fats Limited is a listed company. So whenever you're reading the facts, dear students, just highlight the important aspects given in the case scenarios. Since here it has been said that Madhu Oils and Fats is a listed company, so you need to mark the listed entity, because at many places in the Companies Act specifically, that laws with respect to different sorts of the companies provided. If it is a private company, then laws says something else, the same provision. And in case of a listed companies, the law specifies different kind of the parameters for its application. So you need to understand with respect to what sort of the companies they are talking about. So you must be saying that here the company is a listed entity. Okay, so you can mark the word listed entity, so that when you are attempting the question, you will be seeing, yes, this is the main thing, that the company is the listed one. Then next it says that it finalized its accounts for the year ended on 31st March 2021. So again, you mark for which financial year they are talking about. Yes, they are talking about its financial annual accounts for the year 31st March 2021. Then it says that audit committee of the board recommended and subsequently the board approved the same. Now, AGM of the shareholders was convened on 25th of August 2021. Mark the date of the AGM. Because in the companies that generally we have the computation questions on the basis of the day on which the meeting has been conducted. So many provisions are based on the basis of that only. So here again we have given the AGM was convened on 25th of August 2021, in which the annual accounts of the company were presented before the shareholders. The shareholders have approved the dividend at the rate of 10%. The report of the BOD was attached with the annual accounts of the company. During the said meeting, a shareholder pointed out that during the year of 2021, there was a big news in the media that a fraud has happened in the company of an amount of rupees 75 lakhs. And a senior management official of the company was involved in the said fraud. Now he is absconding, and nothing was being mentioned in the auditor's report about the fraud, as well in the board report. So auditor, who was also present in the general meeting, they informed that fraud was detected during the course of the audit, but no further action was taken by him. So this is what the fact is. So you should, as I said, you should mark the important aspects. First, the type of the company, the date of the meeting, further what has happened. So you must be saying that fraud has been committed, and you should also mark the amount of the fraud, because you can see it's the provisions prescribes the different scenarios. A certain limitation has been fixed. If that limit is being crossed, then some provision tells the different aspect, and if it is within the limit, then the provision says the other aspects. So you need to mark this line that fraud has happened in the company. This is the legal issue in the case scenario, that fraud has happened in the company of an amount 75 lakhs. Okay, and other issue is that senior management official of the company is being involved, and nothing was mentioned in the auditors and the board's report. Now, in the light of these important legal issues and the facts and the information, let's go to the MCQs that are being asked. Now, going over the facts of the case, if you see, first question says, by what date should the amount be deposited in a separate account maintained with the scheduled bank for dividend purposes? Now, if you require to answer this question, you should know the provision in a very well manner, because you need to understand that when the dividend is being declared, then it is to be transferred into a separate scheduled bank account. So certain time limit is specified within how much time period after the declaration of the dividend the amount is being transferred to that separate scheduled bank account. So if you have read section 123, there is a reference of subsection 4, though you are not required to retain subsection. But yes, you should definitely try to retain the main section, and dividend is one of the important chapters, dear students. So you need to at least retain the provision related to the dividend, that is section 123. So you can simply by writing in your answer as the section 123, because this is MCQ, so it does not require to mention the section, and neither reasoning is being required in the MCQs, but just to know that how you can give the answers under what you can say under what legal provision you have marked the correct answer, or how you will go with the right answer. You need to know the legal provision. So it says the legal law related to the dividend says that as per section 1(3) subsection 4, dividend amount to be deposited within 5 days. From what? From the date of declaration of dividend. So what you need to see in the case scenario? The date of meeting on which the dividend was declared. Yes, that is given 25th of August 2021. And within 5 days from this date of meeting, you have to calculate when this amount is to be deposited in the separate bank account. So here, if you calculate from here, the number of 5 days, so definitely it will fall on, yes, it is 30th August 2021. So this is the right answer. So this is the application base because you are being asked to apply the law. Law specifying the duration of 5 days. So you need to calculate from the date of the meeting, the 5 days, and then mark the correct answer. So similarly, moving to the next question. Now the question asked, by what date should the dividend declared in the meeting be paid to the members of the company? So first read the question. By what date? They are asking about the date the dividend declared is to be paid to the members of the company. Okay. Once the dividend is declared, then it need to be paid to the members. Now, you should know what the provision says about, which legal provision deals with these issues. So you must be knowing some of the important provisions which deals with the issue related to declaration of the dividend. If you read section 127, it says that within 30 days from the date of declaration, the dividend should be paid to the members. Now, the date of declaration is again the date on which the AGM is scheduled. That is given in the case scenario is 25th August 2021. And from there, you have to calculate 30 days. Okay. So if you calculate the 30 days from that date of declaration, it will fall on 24th September 2021. Here, the day of the meeting is excluded. And from there, we calculate the number of days, 30 days, which will fall on 24th September 2021. This is the day by this time the dividend declared should be paid to the members of the company. Now, next question. With regard to the preservation of the books of Madhu Oils and Fats Limited, the books of accounts for the financial year 2020-21 needs to be kept in good order until at least which of the following years? Okay, they are asking with respect to the preservation of books of accounts. Okay, now provision deals with the keeping of the books of accounts. If you retain that provision, what the provision talks about the preservation of the books of account, maintenance of the books of account, then you can give the answer to this question correctly, and you can apply within the given information the correct answers. So if we go with the section reading 128. So 128 subsection 5 deals with the particular part of with respect to maintenance of the books of account. It says that the books of account of every company shall be maintained for a period of at least 8 financial years immediately preceding a financial year. That means immediately preceding a financial year. So it should be maintained at least for 8 financial years. And it may also happen where the company has been incorporated or is in existence for less than 8 years. That in that case, the books of accounts of all the financial years plus the vouchers, relevant vouchers to any entry made in the books of accounts, that needs to be taken into consideration. So according to that, if you consider at least 8 financial year immediately preceding from a financial year. If you see in the case scenario, the financial year given is 2021. So from here, when you calculate 8 years, so this will come to option D. That is the financial year 2028 to 2029. So according to that provision, the correct answer will be option D. And if suppose the question somewhere in the case scenario, it has been raised the issue, it has been given that the company underwent into an investigation. Now, in that case, what will happen? So in that case, the company, you can say that the central government will order that company should maintain for more than 8 years. For how many period they may ask, they can retain or preserve the books of account as they may deem fit. So in that way, the question may be changed. Simply putting a one single information, the whole answer changes, Shraddha, that way.
Yes.
So that is what being required, that you should read the facts very carefully. Sometimes it appears that certain case scenarios are picked from the booklets.
Yes.
Students see that and they find it very happy. Oh, the same question has come from the booklet. Now I will get full marks. ऐसा होता है. But एक चीज का ध्यान रखना, जो बच्चे अक्सर गलती करते हैं कि वो फैक्ट्स में ये ध्यान नहीं रखते, वो छोटा मोटा ट्विस्ट कर देते हैं. एंड वंस द फैक्ट इज बीइंग ट्विस्टेड, आप ये देख लीजिए आपके क्वेश्चन के आंसर ही बदल जाएंगे. और ऐसा प्रैक्टिकली हुआ है पिछले पेपर्स में. तो यू नीड टू रीड द फैक्ट्स केयरफुली rather than mugging up. You understand the concept, you try to retain some of the important provisions and how they are being applied, how they are being implemented within the given situations that you need to understand. And this is how we want to develop the understanding of the laws in our students.
Basic concept clarity, you cannot do away with that. You need to be very, very, very clear with this, and then only, if the question is as it is, then also it's fine. If it's a change of law, then like legal position can change, then also it's fine. If there is a bit of twisting of the facts of the case, then also it's fine. If the facts are same but the question is different, then also it's fine. It will be fine only in the situation when you know the provision and you are very clear with what they are asking, and you are clear on your part that you know it and you are able to do it.
बच्चे कहते हैं हमसे लीगल प्रोविजंस याद नहीं होते. दिस इज द बिगेस्ट इशू. सही बात है,
मुझसे भी नहीं होते.
हाँ सही बात है. मतलब लॉ की लैंग्वेज को रिटेन रखना ऑफ कोर्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. तो नाउ व्हाट इज टू बी डन? श्रद्धा, बच्चों को थोड़ा हमें इस पे बताना पड़ेगा कि वो क्या कर सकते हैं कि उनको लीगल प्रोविजंस याद रहे. थोड़ा सा प्लीज इस पे लाइट थ्रो करो. आई विल आल्सो ऐड सम पॉइंट्स.
यस. सो जैसा कि अभी हमने आपको केस स्टडीज के पॉइंट से बताया, so that the same thing will be applicable for independent MCQ. If you want, Nisha ma'am can take just one single independent MCQ so that you have a glimpse of that how independent MCQs are there. They are short case scenario, very, very short situation is there and an MCQ is there. So which
independent MCQs की बात करी जाए श्रद्धा, तो students should know that basically there are two types of independent MCQs being asked in the examination. One is of 1 marks, which is comprehensive and knowledge based, and other one is of application and analysis based.
आपको इतना टेक्निकल लेकिन सोचने की जरूरत
आप
नहीं है.
ये देखिएगा जहां पे अप्लाई करना है वो एप्लीकेशन एंड एनालिसिस बेस्ड है, तो आपको उसको 2 मार्क्स का होगा. ठीक है. और जो आपका कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव और डायरेक्ट नेचर का होगा, जो नॉलेज बेस्ड होगा, इट विल बी ऑफ 1 मार्क्स. तो यू नीड टू अकॉर्डिंगली आपको अपने क्वेश्चंस मतलब उसी तरफ से फ्रेम किए जाएंगे. तो सिंपल है, जैसे कि मैं आपको पहले एक केसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन समझा देती हूँ. केसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन हमारा एमटीपी में हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर 17 दिया हुआ है. That according to dash rule of interpretation, meaning of words should be known from its accompany or associated words. Options हैं mischief rule, primary rule, nociturosis, golden rule. अब भैया जब बात आती है ये इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ स्टैट्यूट्स, जीसी, जनरल क्लॉज ऑफ द एक्ट, तो बच्चा के इस पर सर पकड़ के बैठ जाता है. वो कहता है भैया मुझसे तो ये लॉ पढ़े ही नहीं जाते. लेकिन ये लॉज ऐसे हैं जिसपे सारे लॉज बेस्ड है. अगर आपको ये इंटरप्रिटेशन से नहीं आती है तो यू कैन नॉट रीड एनी ऑफ द लॉ, यू कैन नॉट इंटरप्रेट एनी ऑफ द लॉ. मगअप तो भैया लॉ एक लिमिट तक ही हो सकता है. उसके बाद तो भैया फिर ये है कि हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू अटेम्प्ट द पेपर एंड हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू रिटेन एवरीथिंग. सो इस क्वेश्चन में जब हम रूल ऑफ इंटरप्रिटेशन की बात करते हैं, आपको उन्होंने वर्ड दिया एक्कम्पनी और एसोसिएटेड वर्ड्स. जस्ट टेक अ हिंट फ्रॉम दैट वर्ड. मतलब ये होता है कि वहां पे आप जो मीनिंग ड्राइव कर रहे हो, यू आर ड्राइविंग विद व्हाटएवर द वर्ड्स given as a partner or associated words. कोई एक वर्ड है जो अनक्लियर है आप कह सकते हो, या जो आप ये कह सकते हो क्वेश्चनेबल वर्ड है, उसके अंदर कोई which is not clear or it is unambiguous, how you will drive it interpretation and meaning? So you have to drive it from the partner words. मतलब जो भी वर्ड्स के साथ दिए गए हैं, associated words जो दिए गए हैं, आप उससे उस वर्ड को क्वेश्चनेबल वर्ड का इंटरप्रिटेशन ड्राइव करोगे. Since the question is talking about accompany or associated words, 3-4 वर्ड्स हैं, उसके साथ ये एक और वर्ड है जिसमें मेन क्वेश्चनेबल वर्ड है. मैं आपको एग्जांपल भी बताऊंगी अभी. आपको उस हिसाब से ये बताना है कौन सा रूल है।
और एक हिंट भी दे देती हूँ मैं आपको,
कई
ये एग्जाम्पल पे बेस्ड है।
बिल्कुल। और दूसरी चीज, बच्चे तो ये देख के ई जस्ट जनरल से भी कंफ्यूज रहेंगे, नो ऑप्शन इज देयर हियर। बच्चा कहता है भैया ये क्वेश्चन नहीं गलत है,
हाँ,
बट नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है,
स्टडी पढ़नी पड़ती है।
बिल्कुल। और जहां तक बात है ई जस्टिस, क्योंकि आपको बिल्कुल डिफरेंस पता होना चाहिए कि भैया वो कैसे अलग है, तभी आपको कंफ्यूजन नहीं रहेगा एंड नाइदर यू विल कमेंट कि भैया क्वेश्चन गलत है, एंड यू कैन इजीली ऑप्ट फॉर द करेक्ट आंसर। ई जस्ट जनरलिस्ट में अगर आप जाएंगे, इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑफ द सेम काइंड। कोई भी चीज है, कोई कैटेगरी है, कोई क्लास है, वहां पे हम क्लास और कैटेगरीज को लेते हैं एंड विच इज ऑफ द सेम काइंड। और वहां पे जो हम इंटरप्रिटेशन करते हैं ऑफ अ लूजली रिटन स्टैट्यूट्स का करते हैं, so that is just a generalist। और जब हम नॉसिट और ओसिस का करते हैं तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द वर्ड्स, जो एसोसिएट्स वर्ड्स होते हैं, हम उनकी बात कर रहे हैं। और उन एसोसिएट वर्ड्स से ही हम अपने जो अनएम्बिगुअस या अनक्लियर वर्ड है, हम उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन ड्रॉ करते हैं। So as per the associated word is given in the question, so accordingly डायरेक्ट आपको पता चल रहा है, जिसको ने थोड़ा बहुत रूल ऑफ इंटरप्रिटेशन पढ़ा है वही जवाब दे सकता है, उसके हिसाब से नॉसिट और ओसिस इज द करेक्ट आंसर। And if you see for an example, I will tell you one example I am giving you। जो प्राइवेट डिस्पेंसरी होती है, जो डॉक्टर्स वगैरह होते हैं, क्या हम उन्हें कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट की कैटेगरी में मान सकते हैं? तो आप भाई इसके लिए क्या करोगे, आपको भी सबसे पहले कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट का मीनिंग देखना पड़ेगा। अगर आपको ये चीज देखना है कि प्राइवेट जो डिस्पेंसरी है, डॉक्टर्स जो प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, क्या हम कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट उन्हें काउंट करें, तो उसके लिए कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट क्या है? एस्टेब्लिशमेंट विच कैरीज ऑन बिजनेस, ट्रेड एंड प्रोफेशन। अब बिजनेस ये है नहीं, ट्रेड ये है नहीं, प्रोफेशन। अब प्रोफेशन को हम यहाँ पे कंस्टिट्यूट करेंगे विद दीज रिलेटेड टू टर्म्स गिवन ओवर देयर। ओके, तो यहाँ पे इसलिए प्राइवेट डिस्पेंसरी को, डॉक्टर को हमने यहाँ पर कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट नहीं माना है, क्योंकि जो बिजनेस और ट्रेड होता है बेसिकली वो एस्टेब्लिशमेंट नहीं है, इट इज जनरली डन, बिजनेस होता है वो प्रॉफिट के लिए होता है। और यहाँ पे हम जो डॉक्टरी मतलब जो अपनी प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, इट इज डूइंग एज अ सर्विस, इज प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज एंड ही विल गेट इन ल्यू ऑफ दैट सर्विसेज द रेम्युनरेशन और द पेमेंट। इसलिए हम इसको कमर्शियल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट की कैटेगरी में नहीं मानते।
ये हमारी बुक का एग्जाम्पल है जिसके बेसिस पे क्वेश्चन बना है।
बिल्कुल श्रद्धा, और ये बात मैं बच्चों को गारंटी से कह रही हूँ कि इतने एग्जाम्पल्स है हमारे इन चैप्टरों में। अगर आपने इंस्टीट्यूट का मटेरियल उठा लिया तो ये चैप्टर आपको बहुत अच्छे से समझ आएगा, बिकॉज एवरी कंसेप्ट वेरेवर पॉसिबल, टू द एक्सटेंट पॉसिबल, वी हैव
ट्राइड टू एक्सप्लेन द थिंग्स थ्रू एग्जाम्पल।
एब्सोल्युटली।
और बाकी बच्चे जिस लेवल पे आप लोग हो, थोड़ी मेहनत गूगल बाबा से तो आप भी ले सकते हो।
बिल्कुल,
क्योंकि जब हम अपना फोन अपनी चीजों के लिए सर्च, गूगल इज अ सर्च इंजन, so let's utilize it for searching other things also, and search the things which will help and enhance our knowledge, और जो आगे चल के हमें प्रोफेशनल बनाएगा। so make use of गूगल बाबा।
और एग्जाम में ज्यादा,
एग्जाम के अंदर नहीं, एग्जाम से पहले
भी नहीं है, खैर मोबाइल का वो कोई प्रश्न नहीं है, लेकिन ये कि एग्जाम में मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन इन टॉपिक में से एग्जाम्पल से ही बनते हैं। तो आपको ये स्टडी मटेरियल में तो प्लीज 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 आप रेफर करिए दिस चैप्टर को, इन चैप्टर को स्पेसिफिकली, एंड दिस विल डेफिनेटली प्रोवाइड यू ऑफ ग्रेट हेल्प। प्लीज करिएगा। नाउ मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
सो जो स्टूडेंट्स का जर्नल एक क्वेश्चन रहता है कि हमने क्वेश्चन तो बहुत अच्छा, हमें सब आता था, हमने सब कुछ बहुत अच्छे से लिखा, लेकिन हमें नंबर नहीं मिले। मैं पहले तो इसमें एक डिस्क्लेमर दूंगी, वी आर नॉट, हम एग्जामिनेशन डिपार्टमेंट, जो एग्जामिनर्स होते हैं दोज आर डिफरेंट पीपल। सो जो आपके पेपर चेकर्स होते हैं दोज आर ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट पीपल। एंड सेकेंडली, सक्सेस कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ 98% हार्ड वर्क and 2% luck. But if that 98% is not there with you, you have not done your hard work, luck will also be not favoring you. So अपना 98% दीजिए, लक अगर साथ में नहीं भी होगा तो 50% तो काम कर ही जाएगा, आप पास हो जाओगे। ठीक है, सो डू योर बेस्ट। 98 को आपको तो 100, आपको लग रहा है वो 2% साथ नहीं दे रहा आपका, तो आप 120% की मेहनत कीजिए ना।
बिल्कुल। अब बच्चों ने तो वाली कहानी भी सुनी होगी जिसमें एक लोहार अपनी एक्स को ही शार्प करने में 90 काफी टाइम लगा देता है, और एक आदमी बहुत दिनों से पेड़ काट रहा होता है जिसकी काफी ब्लंट होती है एजेस,
Yes.
तो आप ये देखिए जिसने शार्प करने में, यानी अपनी स्किल्स को, अपनी मेहनत को पढ़ने में इसमें लगाइए, ताकि आपका इतना होल्ड हो जाए अपने सब्जेक्ट में कि इजिली यू आर एबल टू पास योर एग्जाम। तो इसलिए अपने एफर्ट्स को सही डायरेक्शन में लगाइए ताकि आपको सक्सेस मिले।
So let's come to our descriptive questions. Students, we are already hoping कि आपको पता है कि 100 नंबर का अगर पेपर है, it's an 100 marks paper. This paper is of 100 marks and it is divided into 2 parts. Division A is of 30 marks comprising of the MCQs and the other 70 marks, which is Division B. It's descriptive question. Question 1 is compulsory for you, and out of the remaining 4 questions, question 2 to 5, you have to attempt any 3 questions, and sometimes an internal choice may be provided in one of the other questions, that's question 2 to 5. So that things we are not discussing too much with you. I'm giving you an example of how to attempt a question, how to read a question, how to interpret the question. I'm not talking about the section, I'm talking about the question and how to answer it. These are some tips that we are giving you. So coming on to question 1A, Gajendra Limited was incorporated in 1995 in the town of Alwar. Its main business is manufacturing tiles. It's in the process of appointing statutory auditors for the financial year 2021-22. Advise whether the following persons are qualified to be appointed as statutory auditor of Gajendra Limited. So 1995 the company was incorporated in the town of Alwar. Manufacturing tiles is their business, and they're in the process of appointing statutory auditors. Some people might be thinking these are unnecessary information. Some of the things may be unnecessary, but they are necessary to build up the question. And if you think that everything that is being given is unnecessary, then you will come to know why these things are given. I'm not commenting on everything that is given, but something given in the first paragraph is important. So the first person is Maninder. He is a qualified chartered accountant and he holds equity shares of nominal value of rupees 2 lakh of Narendra Limited, which is an associate company. I am damn sure you are very pretty confident and knowing the provision of section. Which section? 120? Yes. 130? Yes. 140? Yes. Ma'am, do I need to write the section? No. It's not mandatory for you to write the sections. It's not mandatory for you to write the sections.
But Shraddha,
however,
yes,
there is a clause.
Yes, in the law, clause has its own importance. You must have gone to the interpretations and where you have learned provisions there. So means it is saying that yes, you're required to retain some of the important main sections, and you should try to inculcate this habit from right now. You should at least try. That is all fine that you are not able to recall at the moment in the examination. That is fine with. But yes, if you have read it, and in the beginning only, if you have decided I cannot read it, I cannot remember, then definitely you will leave that part. Yes. But you are being required to do it. Make it a point that I will try to learn some of the important sections and I'm going to cite in the examination, and definitely somewhere these reflect on the quality of the answer. Yes. And maybe possible that you may get benefit also. It depends upon the paper.
Though no extra marks may be given for that you have written the section number, or no marks may be deducted that you have not written the section number, but impression matters. So we are not saying that it is imperative. It is imperative for your own benefit, for your own development, for the stepping towards CA final.
Yes.
So coming back to the question, we can say that this Maninder is a qualified chartered accountant and he is this. Okay. So उसने कौन सी company में hold की है? He is holding shares in Narendra Limited. And what is the relation between Narendra Limited and Gajendra Limited? Narendra Limited is an associate company of Gajendra Limited. एकदम आपके दिमाग में recall होगा, oh, there is one section with 141. Though the real section is section 141, subsection 3, clause D, subclause 1. But no need to retain that much. 141 is enough. And all the disqualifications are given in 141. तो हर किसी का अलग से याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So coming back, 141. Okay. I will just share one more thing with you in this. Let me just get back to my PPT. So this is my question. हमने भी बता दिया कि 141 पे based है. मेरे पास एक notes है. And this note I have taken a screenshot from the LVC classes. I have taken the screenshot and I have posted it for you. So the short notes are available. Okay. So my case falls under none of these. I'm sorry. But I know कि अगर किसी ने hold कर रखे हैं shares किसी भी amount, if that person is holding shares and he himself want to get appointed in the associate company, then they cannot. So he is disqualified to hold shares. Okay. I know the answer and I will write it as according to section 141 of the Companies Act 2013, line same रहने वाली है. A person who or his relative or partner is holding shares कहाँ? In the company. और कहाँ shares hold कर सकता है? Holding company, company, holding company, subsidiary company, if you are able to see me, associate company, या इस holding company के साथ में एक subsidiary company. हिंदी में तो हम ऐसे ही याद करते थे. And if you are following some other language, then if the person is holding shares in the company or the holding company or the subsidiary company or the associate company or the subsidiary of the holding company, then he is disqualified. Have I learned it? No, I have not learned it. I have actually not learned it. It's just that I have read it again and again and again. If I try to learn everything, I cannot. But if I have, our mind is very sharp. It retains everything. And once you are, it's a very good, what do we say, servant, but not a very good master. So retain things, it retains things. Keep on reading the section again and again and again. And these kind of short notes do help. So you can write the answer to this question as that this person, Maninder, is disqualified. Okay. Let's take one more example of this part only. Since we are running short of time, so we will be covering the things in a bit of hurry, but we will be explaining you everything, not to worry on that account. So the next part was Dinesh, a qualified chartered accountant whose son owes Gajendra Limited a sum of rupees 99,000. Instantly मेरे दिमाग में आ जाएगा कि Gajendra Limited में the person's son is holding shares. So I will go back to my short notes. I will go back to my short notes because retaining के लिए short notes are the best. So I will just go back to my short notes. I know that indebted to a company for an amount in excess of 5 lakh rupees. Okay. But if I can write the line, because the students, how they will write, Nisha ma'am? Just you tell.
Yes, this is the most important thing, because reading is okay, retaining of the important provision is okay. The given and explained over.
Crux यही है.
हाँ, main essential of the answer lies within these lines only. But जब आप आंसर लिखते हैं तो यू रिक्वायर अ प्रॉपर फ्रेमिंग ऑफ द लैंग्वेज. वहां पे आप ऐसे शॉर्ट में ना तो डायग्राम बनाइएगा, ना टेबल फॉर्म में लिखिएगा, और ना ही कोई फ्लो चार्ट बना के खड़ा कर लेंगे. भैया वो पेपर चेकर खुद अपने हिसाब से सोचेगा ये एरो इसको डिनोट कर रहा है, ये एरो इसको डिनोट कर रहा है. नो, दैट शुड नॉट बी डन एंड दैट शुड बी स्ट्रिक्टली अवॉइडेड. आपको प्रॉपर उसका आंसर बनाना है, और आंसर बनाते समय आप लिखोगे अगेन द सेम थिंग जैसा अभी श्रद्धा मैम ने बोला कि एज पर सेक्शन 141. ठीक है, आता है सेक्शन लिखा, नहीं आता स्किप किया. If you are skipping, you can simply mention the reference of the act as per the Companies Act 2013. A person is disqualified to be appointed as an auditor if he or his relative, यहाँ पे son बता रहा है तो वही relative की definition उसमें आ गया within that preview, indebted to the company. जी हाँ, उसने लोन लिया है, amount का limit बताया हुआ है. You can mention that yes, indebted to the company, different sorts of the categories of the company, whether subsidiary, associate or holding, whatever. indebted to the company in excess of rupees 5 lakhs. Only this much you are being required to lay down.
Line framing पहले वाली ही है. If you see it exactly, I know a person is disqualified. अगर वो खुद किस चीज के लिए disqualified है? To be appointed as an auditor if he himself or his relative or his partner. आगे की लाइन तो आप सबको आती ही है.
और conclusion जरूर लिखेगा. ठीक है, आपने provision लिखा, that is okay. And after provision, you have to write the logically, or you have to write the correct conclusion.
Yes.
Because this is the main answer. अगर आपने सिर्फ provision लिखकर छोड़ दिया और सोचोगे भाई पेपर सेटर खुद conclusion निकाले, no my dear. Again, I'm emphasizing कि step wise marking होती है. Provision plus the correct conclusions. So आपको जरूर लिखना है, and accordingly you have to lay down your answer for this particular question in the light of the relevant provision.
So in this question, there is one more thing. Like suppose they would have not written Dinesh, a qualified chartered accountant. Then also this will not render the question incorrect because they are saying that they have to appoint a statutory auditor. And statutory auditor, only a chartered accountant can be appointed as statutory auditor.
And question should be read as a whole. मतलब आप ही सोचा कि ऊपर तो मतलब ऐसे ही information दिए, they are not much relevant. और आप सिर्फ नीचे का एक इंडिपेंडेंट क्वेश्चन को पढ़ रहे हो और फिर यू आर रिप्लाइंग, तो आप एज अ होल क्वेश्चन को देखो. इफ इट हैज द लिंकेज, क्वेश्चन कनेक्टेड है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू कंसीडर ईच एंड एवरी फैक्ट. एंड यस, इफ इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट, देन इन द इंडिपेंडेंट सिनेरियो यू हैव टू ले डाउन द आंसर.
बिल्कुल. Then the third part, we will not be discussing the whole provision. It says Rajendra, and one more thing, if this person is not written chartered accountant and still you are having some confusion, I think he's a chartered accountant, I think he is not, though there should not be any confusion, then in that case give an assumption. It is assumed that since only a qualified chartered accountant can be appointed as a statutory auditor, so these must be chartered accountants. Valid assumptions do make a difference.
क्योंकि कई बार होता है क्वेश्चन जब दिया जाता है उसमें कोई चीज आपकी या तो आपकी मिस हो जाती है, या फिर कभी कोई इंफॉर्मेशन ऐसी है कि जो क्लियर नहीं आ पा रही है, या कोई मिसिंग इंफॉर्मेशन है उसके अंदर, तो एट दैट टाइम यू कैन टेक अ प्रॉपर एजम्पशन, और एजम्पशन लेने के बाद you can give your answer. So proper assumption is being required as said by Shweta.
And the third part is he's been some other person, this Mr. Rajendra, is convicted since year 2005. अब यहाँ पे आता है ये वाला portion. Because financial year 2021-22 के लिए अपॉइंट करना है, इसलिए अब ये वाली इंफॉर्मेशन आपके लिए एकदम रेलेवेंट होगा कि 10 साल इलाप्स हो चुके हैं और सेक्शन 141 ही चल रहा है. Subsection H आ चुका है, but subsection 3 and clause H, but that doesn't make a difference to you. So write simply section 141. So one more question that we will be discussing is small question. AGT Private Limited is having paid up share capital of rupees 45 lakh, annual turnover of rupees 185 lakh. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of CAI Limited, a listed company. Can AGT Private Limited be called a small company as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2015? बड़ा छोटा क्वेश्चन है, 2.5 लाइन का.
और मैडम ने इतनी जल्दी पढ़ लिया, तो आप इतनी जल्दी मत कीजिएगा एग्जाम में. आपको क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ना है और समझना है कि आपको क्या पूछा गया है.
मैम इसमें शेयर कैपिटल 45 लाख है. स्मॉल कंपनी का तो प्रोविजन मेरा स्मॉल कंपनी का मेरा प्रोविजन तो सिर्फ एक ही चीज कहता है, बताऊं? सिर्फ कहता है कि एक जो स्मॉल कंपनी होती है उसको ना 2 करोड़ तक का कैपिटल चाहिए होता है. अगर उसके 2 करोड़ से कम है कैपिटल और टर्नओवर 20 करोड़ से कम है तो वो स्मॉल कंपनी. गुड. सो द आंसर विल बी since the capital as well as the turnover is less than 185 lakh rupees, so it's a small company. Yes, I wrote the correct answer.
आगे का फैक्ट नहीं पढ़ा उसने.
Oh sorry ma'am, I'm really sorry.
इसलिए
अरे ये तो नहीं मैम, स्मॉल कंपनी प्राइवेट कंपनी होती है. ठीक है, एक और लाइन भी है इसमें देखो. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of CAI Limited, a listed company.
अब यही लाइन इनका आंसर बदल देगा. तो you need to read each and every information given in the question.
So अब हम आते हैं how we will write this answer. As per section 285, याद है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. But I would say small company or public company, private companies, these are some of the sections that are repeatedly being asked. You can retain these sections. So a small company is a company other than a public company. Paid up share capital you can write because that figure is there. एक छोटा सा पिग बना हुआ है, उसके आगे लिखा है 2 crore और बनी बना है, उसके आगे लिखा है 20 crore. Work done, but you cannot make it here. So you need, if you are in the habit of reading the detail book, if you are in the habit of reading the detail book in the examination, though your mind will recall the limits from the figures or charts that you have used at the last moments or from which you are revising, but your mind is, believe me, that much sharp. लाइनें उसके अंदर वो चलेंगी जो आपको लिखनी है, जो हम कहते हैं ना legible English language. We are not expecting you to write the exact lines, but even if I don't know, even with closed eyes, I can just write a small company is a company other than a public company whose turnover, whose paid up share capital does not exceed 2 crores and whose paid up share capital does not exceed 20 crores. Turnover. I'm sorry. Whose turnover does not exceed 20 crores. So this will suffice. If you are more through it, then you will write turnover as per the profit and loss account of the immediately preceding financial year does not exceed 20 crores. But you can write it. You can write the full line. I have not learned any of the lines. But the answer lies in the second part. Provided that nothing in this clause shall apply to a holding company or a subsidiary company, a company registered under section 8, a company or a body corporate governed by a special act. In the given days, AGD Private Limited satisfied the turnover and paid up share capital to be a small company, but being a subsidiary of K Limited, it falls under the exclusions to definitions and hence is not a small company. So in this question, there are certain parts. If you see, this is the provision. The question was of 6 marks. Okay. And this is the conclusion. So in the conclusion part, what we have done, we have given the answer, we have correlated the facts of the case with the provision and given the conclusion. So it's a complete answer in itself. One more thing. While you are doing the question, be very much clear of what the question is asking and what is the marks allotted to the question.
It should be in commensuration with that. How much you have to write.
Students repeatedly ask us, how much length should be there? No, it is not about the length, 1 page, 1.5 page, 2 page. If you can write the things in a crisp manner does not mean writing in shorthand or WhatsApp language. Like if I have to simply write, how are you? The way we all were taught in school, not how are you, not the way we are taught in the WhatsApp Academy. So don't use this. Write full sentences. And for how to write this, read your detail book, any detail book. Better if you read it with bare act, but if that is very difficult, read it with any detail book at least twice and thrice. Make the short notes or refer the short notes that are being provided to you, or if you can make yours, then those are very good. Keep them side by side, or better you put it, paste it in your book also, though you will feel it's very bulky, but I told you, mind is very sharp. It retains everything. And then you will be able to write these lines very effectively. And then in the end, give the conclusion. That's what we say. Suppose, I hope you have written, you have read the MTP. Suppose if it's a direct question, Like I'm just taking one example of this period of preservation. If certain direct question is there, break it into points, break it into paragraphs. So you can write those also. So coming back to it, I just showed you this example because this is given in a study material. Kids say that the study material is very bulky and we cannot read it. If you see in the study material how it was written, we have not written the exact lines for you. And in the short, we have given this. We have not written this also. You are not expected to write all this. These lines are given from the point of view that you inculcate the habit of reading law. You don't, there is no use, there is no, we are not pressurizing, or we are not, you are not expected to write the exact legal language. But if you are not even in the habit of reading it, when we started reading, it was Companies Act 1956. Now it's Companies Act 2013. These, some of the acts which are, GST was earlier not there. It was with some other name. Sales of, not Sales of Goods Act. It was, I don't remember even the name of the act now, but it was some other act. So if you see the name of customs is still there. Look, I'm not now remembering because now I'm into the new thing. VAT was there, yes, VAT was there, and such things were there. So excuse us for our bad knowledge about the other acts as of now, but law change, the act itself may change, but your knowledge, the way, if you know how to read the language, you understand the law, you will, and you know how to write it, because eventually आपको लॉ की बुक तो मिल जाएगी, लेकिन एडवाइजरीज आपको खुद ही देनी है. आपको वो कोई और सिखाने नहीं आएगा, वो आपको प्रोफेशन से सीखना पड़ेगा. जल्दी सीख लें उतना अच्छा. So we are not writing the exact language, and we are not writing in short also, but we are trying to write the things in a crisp manner. And the answers that are being provided to you, maybe even in a more detail, but the examiners who are paper checkers who are checking your papers are that much smart. They know the students are writing, who are the bhavi or upcoming chartered accountants. So anything else?
And we can check the query section also.
Yeah. So just we have given a glimpse of all these things. So beta, we are not now discussing that refer past year paper division and how to go about. We have already told you. You must be. We have told about the this question paper pattern. We have discussed. Nisha, just we should just tell them. You are being given 15 minutes. Nisha ma'am has already told you how to utilize those 15 minutes. You have to go through the questions, how you have to attempt the question. We have discussed in details, and try to keep some time for your revision also.
You have to make such a time management while attempting the paper. That complete paper is to be attended. This should be,
yes,
this should be there. So from that mind frame only, you should frame the time management while attempting the paper.
180 minutes, 100 marks. So 180 minutes divided by 100 marks कर लो. एक नंबर के लिए कितने मिनट लगने चाहिए? मेरे को कैलकुलेशन नहीं आती.
जो क्वेश्चन आपको सबसे अच्छा आता है उससे पहले करिए, बिकॉज कहते हैं ना फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन. कहा जाता है कि अक्सर एंगेजमेंट के टाइम में भी होता है कि भाई गर्ल को ले जाते हैं अच्छे से तैयार करके, फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन की बात है, जो इट्स ऑन द लाइटर नोट, बट यस फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन मेक्स अ डिफरेंस. अब ये है कि आपको जो क्वेश्चन अच्छे से आता है आप वो अटेम्प्ट करिए. आपको अगर apart from that, if you are uncomfortable in MCQ, go with the MCQ first or the descriptive questions. उसके अलावा आप ये कर सकते हैं कि जो क्वेश्चंस आप डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन आप जो स्टार्ट करेंगे, आप उसमें ये दिखे कि आपको जो क्वेश्चन अच्छे से आता है आपने वो स्टार्ट किया. एंड एवरी क्वेश्चन शुड बी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द फ्रेश पेज इन ऑर्डर दैट कि कोई मिक्स ना हो जाए या कोई कंफ्यूजन ना हो जाए. पेपर सेटर्स को ये ध्यान रखना है. एंड सपोज आपको कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन आपने जो टाइम अलॉट किया एंड सर्टेन आपका वो कंप्लीट नहीं हो पाया है, तो यू कैन लीव सर्टेन मार्जिन ऑफ पेज. आप छोड़ दीजिए, स्पेस छोड़ दीजिए, एंड जस्ट फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट पेज स्टार्ट द न्यू क्वेश्चन. एंड व्हेनेवर यू गेट द टाइम आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द होल पेपर, ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट द पेपर. और अगर आपको लगता है टाइम बहुत कम है, पूरा नहीं लिख सकते हैं, तो जितना आप शॉर्ट में उस बट को रख सकते, लिख सकते करिए और पूरा पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने की कोशिश करिए.
लेकिन ये जो मैम ने पॉइंट बोला कि आप पॉइंट्स में लिख दीजिए, वो व्हाट्सएप लैंग्वेज, एसएमएस लैंग्वेज, इन सब लैंग्वेजेस की बात नहीं कर रही हैं, और वो तब कह रही हैं व्हेन यू आर नॉट लेफ्ट विद द टाइम एंड यू नो द आंसर। तो 4 नंबर के क्वेश्चन में शायद एक नंबर मिल जाए, instead of not writing the answer altogether, but that is to be done, that is a last resort. Otherwise paper आप आराम से attempt कर सकते हो, you can attempt the paper well within the time. You need to be just clear with the provision once it is being downloaded in your mind कि हाँ ये provision है, आप उसे लिखते जाओगे क्योंकि आपने डिटेल बुक पढ़ी है, रिवाइज किया है, तो आप उसे लिख पाओगे।
और एक बात और है, जनरलाइज आंसर मत लिखिएगा क्योंकि ये लॉ का पेपर है भाई। सबसे ज्यादा यही प्रॉब्लम आता है, बच्चा कहता है हम पूरा पेपर करके आए हैं बट इज नॉट फोकसिंग ऑन द लैंग्वेज दैट इज यूजिंग व्हाइल द आंसर। दिस शुड बी टेकन केयर कि आपका प्रोविजन टू द मतलब आपका एक्सटेंड प्रोविजन कवर्ड होना चाहिए इन आंसर, नॉट द जनरलाइज आंसर।
So we have covered writing of section numbers. We have received many queries, assumptions we have discussed. Write valid assumption by way of a footnote. And queries, length of the answer we have discussed. Key points, generalized answer need not be given. Write in legible English language. Shorthands, diagrams may be avoided. If a student really wants to make a diagram, explain the provision, then make a diagram. However, you will not have that much of time. Then other thing is short form. We have abbreviations. Okay, this is also an important part. If you want to write registrar of companies as ROC, the first time you write registrar of companies in the bracket write ROC, then in the later part you can write the word ROC. But if you are using the abbreviations in the first hand itself, that is not recommended. Okay, and let's go to the queries. So these are some of the, so not much queries are there from the students as far as online queries are concerned. However, if we see from the offline queries, so Saujanya has asked, I want to know attempt. Dear student,
yes, Saujanya has asked how I want to attempt. I want to know attempt. So I'm a bit confused to what exactly Saujanya is asking for. I want to know attempt means I suppose is asking that with respect to this MTP is scheduled for May 22 or for some other attempt he's talking about. But since the question is not clear, so I can only convey that this MTP special counseling session is for May 22 exam.
So be clear with whatever you are asking.
This is an example.
I'm not Saujanya, this is not for you, it's for every student. This is the thing that you this is the problem or the mistake that you make in exam. You do not clarify or you not write the whole thing. It's our assumption. यहाँ पे हम assumptions लगा के ये पूछना होगा. And then you say that we have written everything. No.
Moving to the next question raised by Vivek Thakur, how to present an answer for the case law question and for the theoretical question. Already we have explained in depth. I suppose there's this question is being resolved. Now moving to the next query raised by Pranav Bhaya, he is asking that section number quoting is mandatory or beneficial. Already said you should write it, but okay, if you are not remembering the section, you may skip the same, just giving the reference of that. But you should try to do it.
Then other is RTP for May. Lakshmi Patans has asked for RTP for May 2022. It's available on the website. Savita has asked important questions. There are nothing as important. Everything is important. Don't skip anything. The examiners can ask you anything.
And further, you can also go with some of the important topics just by looking at the past papers. But that is also not a fixed criteria.
Yes.
If that question will come from this particular topics only. But this is just you will get an understanding of what are the important chapters from which continuously certain questions are being raised in the examination.
And for that matter, you can even refer the blueprint that is skill-wise and section-wise weightage is given, and you can refer it from the website. But don't take it as a foolproof. It is just suggestive.
Then Rajiv Yadav.
How can I write case study in CA Inter? It is compulsory to write same as written in study material. Like case study तो हम लिखने को बोलते नहीं बेटा, कभी नहीं बोली आज.
आपको सिर्फ एमसीक्यू सॉल्व करने के लिए बोला है. Only you have to read the case.
So your question was something else, but you are not able to point it out to us.
चलो, then Shraddha is raising a question: how to write answer in exam in all sections and provisions are right.
We have covered this. And Shaima Mohi, how to get full marks? I think now you can. And Sarita K, how to write answers effectively? Already covered. Anurag, are penalty amounts and punishments provisions for different sections important? Are we supposed to memorize all the penalties, especially in company law? Okay, very good question. The thing is, 470 sections हैं कंपनीज एक्ट में. आपके लेवल पे फ्रॉम सेक्शन 1 to 148 आर कवर्ड.
रूल्स भी बता दो सर.
अच्छा, सॉरी, रूल्स आर आल्सो देयर. सारे रूल्स वी हैव नॉट मेड एप्लीकेबल फॉर यू. Then also many rules are there in the study material. If I don't know how many penalties and are there. The institute may ask some of the penalties from. Okay, some of the important penalties you may learn, because there are certain things which are important and you need to remember the limits. Suppose there is a change in a limit and we have given it through your R2P, then it somehow becomes important that a question may be asked. Suppose I'm just giving a vague example, 50 or 70 penalties are there. Out of that, easily 10 to 15 you can remember. Rest of the penalties, if you try to remember all the penalties, and in an attempt to remember all those penalties, you are not able to learn those 148 sections. No use. Because we used to have a famous saying, best के लिए better को भी छोड़ देते. So don't leave better for the best. So how much you can do it. अगर 2 नंबर नहीं भी आए, 4 नंबर कट भी गए, तो रेस्ट 96 का तो इतने अच्छे से करो कि उसमें कोई नंबर ही ना ले पाए.
उसके लिए वो क्या कर सकते हैं, आप लोग ये भी कर सकते हैं, डोंट मेंशन कि उसको कितने महीने की सजा हुई है. आप कैन सिंपली से he is going to be get imprisoned as well as levied penalty. That will also under, if you remember that particular section with reference to which they are punishment asking for, you can give the reference of the section for that in contradiction of this section or in non-compliance of this section, in violation of this section, he will be levied the penalty as well as he will be imprisoned. He will get the imprisonment.
And we are working on this also, that how we can more effectively help the students to learn the penalties. We are in the process of working on it. So another is Kunal Narendra, how to write answers. I know the answer, but at the same time of writing, I'm able to write it. Okay, I don't get it what you are writing, but we have told you how to write the answers. Okay, then Vanishka Goel, how to write and learn law. Learn करना है थोड़ा सा, उससे ज्यादा उससे बार बार पढ़ना है और शॉर्ट नोट से रिवाइज करना है.
Then Durgesh Kumar Jha is asking when to do mock test. अरे भाई मॉक टेस्ट तब करोगे जब कुछ पढ़ा होगा, बिना पढ़े तो आप बैठ नहीं जाएंगे, सीधा सी बात है. तो इसके लिए सबसे पहले अच्छे से पेपर को पढ़ लीजिए, अच्छे से रिवाइज कर लीजिए पेपर और समझिए आप एग्जाम देने जा रहे थे. जस्ट द मॉक एज द वर्ड रिवील. आप यू जस्ट गो दिस इन द एग्जामिनेशन सिचुएशन और फिर आप इसको अपेयर करिए, जिससे आपको ये पता चल जाए कि आप की जो परफॉर्मेंस किस लेवल की, आप अपने आप को एसेस कर सकते हैं, अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को जज कर सकते हैं और आपको लिखते समय जो प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे यू कैन improve on.
Okay, next is, can the faculty tell the most important parts? I don't know. You know?
Sorry.
Okay. Thombare Ganga case study we have discussed. Rohit Kumar, how to attempt case study law, discussed. How to learn it, Ankita Pal, discussed. So one more question, the only technical question that we have received and which we want to actually discuss. Priyansh has asked, can a OPC enjoy all the benefit given to a small company? What is the spelling of benefit? Okay. Sorry, I am a teacher, so I will notice it. So the thing is, निशा मैम एग्जाम में क्या ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है?
देखिए एग्जाम में कभी भी आपसे इस तरह के इररिलेवेंट के आप कुछ भी आप क्वेश्चन रेज कर रहे हैं कि भैया इन कंपनी के बीच में डिफरेंस बताइए या क्या बेनिफिट ये कंपनी ड्राइव कर सकता है इन कंपैरिजन टू सम अदर कंपनी एट इंटरमीडिएट लेवल. दे ओनली रिक्वायर्ड टू हैव द वर्किंग नॉलेज ऑफ द लॉ. उनको इतना ये जो चीजें होती है ना, आप जो बच्चे थोड़े से इंक्विजिटिव होते हैं कि दे वांट टू नो मोर एंड अदर देन कहते हैं ना नॉर्मल ट्रैक पे चलने से ज्यादा कुछ अदर द वे राउंड सोचते हैं या आउट ऑफ बॉक्स सोचते हैं,
बहुत अच्छी बात है,
वो अच्छी बात है। लेकिन फ्रॉम एग्जामिनेशन पर्सपेक्टिव यू विल बी कंफ्यूज अगर आप इस तरह से अलग से कुछ सोचते हैं। तो वट एवर द लॉ इज गिवन जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट। एंड लॉ आपका कहीं भी ये चीज नहीं कहता, अगर आपने कंपनीज एक्ट ध्यान से पढ़ा हो तो डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज डिफाइंड है इनफैक्ट फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द कंपनीज, और कहीं भी वो ये चीज नहीं मेंशन करता है कि ओपीसी और स्मॉल कंपनीज आइदर सेम और द सेम काइंड ऑफ एंजॉयिंग द बेनिफिट्स। इसलिए इस चीज को कंसेप्ट्स को ध्यान से पढ़ो एंड देन ओनली कहते हैं कि लॉ जो होता है इट इज एग्जैक्ट द लॉ। बेयर मींस व्हाट एग्जैक्ट द लॉ इज, सो गो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट rather than thinking anything out of the box या उससे अलग आप विपरीत मत सोचिए और ना उन चीज को आपस में इंटरलिंक कीजिए, अदरवाइज यू विल बी कंफ्यूज्ड।
So I would like to say that though these are two different type of companies, OPC and small companies, and they are quite distinct and they have distinct features and what you use characteristics. The question is very nice from the point of view of inquisitiveness, knowledge, and understanding. If you want to go into it, you have asked me, I will reply this also. Hold on your horses of your mind. I will reply to this, but the thing is, एग्जाम के पॉइंट से अगर आप किसी चीज पर रुक जाओगे, इफ यू गेट स्टक ऑन टू इट, आई डोंट नो, मैम डिड नॉट टेल मी कि इन दोनों के क्या इसको सेम बेनिफिट मिलते हैं. वी फेस दिस सिचुएशन. समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स डू गेट स्टक एट वन पॉइंट और उसके पीछे वो इतना सोचेंगे कि वो कहते हैं ना, आपने इस चीज के पीछे इतना सोचा कि आपने 148 जो सेक्शंस थे ना, बाकी आपने सब छोड़ दिया. नहीं, अब आपके आंसर पे अगर हम आते हैं, आपको फ्लो करना है, इस पड़ाव से आगे जाना है. क्वेश्चन अच्छा है, इंक्विजिटिवनेस, नॉलेज, अंडरस्टैंडिंग, इनिशियल फेज में ठीक है, रिवीजन के टाइम पे अगर आपको रेलेवेंट नहीं लगता है, आगे बढ़ो. इंटेंट समझो सेक्शन की, just understand the intent of the section and flow forward. Don't get stuck, and you will face such situations many a times, not only during your stepping stones to success, but during your later stages of life. And as far as the answer is concerned, OPC enjoys all the benefits under the Enterprise Development Act 2006, as it has been categorized as a small company, micro and medium enterprises. So this question will now spill over to some other company also, क्योंकि OPC आपको पता है वो कंपनी है जो 1 person फॉर्म कर सकता है. स्मॉल कंपनी का एक्ट में जो दे रखा है क्राइटेरिया, दैट इज गिवन सेक्शन 2 सबसेक्शन 85 और क्लॉज 85, as we say in terms of your definitional section. अ कंपनी जिसकी पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल कितनी है और जिसकी टर्नओवर कितना है, वो हमने आपको बता रखा है. 2 और 20, टर्नओवर 20, पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल 2, एंड इससे दोनों के बीच में एग्जैक्ट कंपैरिजन नहीं हो पाएगा.
दूसरा ये भी है, हमारा कवरेज जो डिफाइंड है, हमारा सिर्फ कंपनीज एक्ट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ही आपको पढ़ना है, सिंस हमारा जो कवरेज डिफाइंड है वो कंपनीज एक्ट के पर्सपेक्टिव से, एंड इट डोंट कवर एनी अदर एक्ट. तो आपको कंपनीज एक्ट में कितनी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइडेड है ओपीसी के बारे में, सिर्फ सेक्शन 3 के अंदर, सॉरी रूल 3 के अंदर उन्होंने बता रखा है कंपनीज एक्ट की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, प्लस फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कंपनी बोला कि 1 मेंबर होना चाहिए आपका, बस इसके बियॉन्ड जाके उन्होंने ओपीसी के बारे में और कुछ नहीं दे रखा. सो अकॉर्डिंग द क्वेश्चन बीइंग आस्क्ड विद रेफरेंस टू व्हाट इज बीइंग related to the Companies Act 2013.
So a question is passed by Gautam Divya. For MCQ's part, we should select the option or else detailed explanation of the act with the option selected.
Gautam, you does not require to give the
reasoning.
Yes.
I think you are asking this on.
Yes. So you does not require to mention any reasoning. You simply have to mark the option. That's it. We were just explaining you just to make you understand on what basis we have come with the correct answer and how we can go with it, finding with the correct answers. That is why we have explained over here. Rest is being not required. Reasoning is not required to be given in the examination.
So the as we can see, the time this session has expanded a lot due to the technical glitches, and we wanted to give you the whole information. अगर एग्जाम में मेरे साथ कोई टेक्निकल ग्लिच, मतलब मैं लिखते लिखते पेन की निब टूट गई,
तो ये दूसरा पेन लेके चलेंगे ना, अल्टरनेट ऑलवेज शुड बी देयर. तो ऑलवेज गो विद दैट पॉइंट कि अगर ये चीज नहीं हो रही तो डर लगता है. भाई यू शुड हैव फेथ ऑन योरसेल्फ एंड कॉन्फिडेंट, ट्रस्ट योरसेल्फ. This is very much important requirement. और trust तो आपको अपने ऊपर करना पड़ेगा, because if you want to cross any of the hurdles in your life, you want to move and you keep on moving in your life. This is one of the phase where you are appearing in the examination. You have to go far and far and to see many of the things. So बेटा यहीं stuck up नहीं होना है, आपको आगे बढ़ते रहना है.
मई में एग्जाम है, गर्मी बहुत है, पंखा नहीं चल रहा होता.
बेटा उस बड़ी सक्सेस के आगे छोटे छोटे आपको है ना चीजों को फेस करना पड़ेगा.
अर्जुन की तरह बनो, पेपर को देखो.
Aim बेटा, aim, target. So first aim the object and then hit the target. This is the simple funda.
And stay cool, calm. If you are cool and calm and composed, you can actually utilize those 3 hours. वो 3 घंटे की जंग का ढंग से लड़ ली. पहले की preparation तो obviously it matters, but those 3 hours matter to you, and you can actually win. All of us wins in every situation, and rest is up to God. थोड़ा उनके हाथ में भी छोड़ना चाहिए. अपनी तरफ से बेस्ट करो.
तो भैया ये छोटे छोटे आइडियाज हमने दे दिए, लेकिन अगेन आई एम सेइंग कि आइडियाज आर यूजफुल ओनली व्हेन इट इज यूज्ड. तो भैया इसको यूज करिएगा एंड डेफिनेटली you will derive the benefit. And with this we would like to end our session, and thank you very much for patience listening, and wish you all the best for your examination.
Thank you, all the best.
Thank you.
And one more thing, sorry, I'm just interrupting. We have left one thing, and which is like you can post your queries on the BOS mobile app on the query pad. So with that, thank you and bye for today. All the best.
Goodbye. Thank you.